Good morning, happy Monday, Hickory Bend All-Stars. So today we're going to compose a melody again, but we're going to add the rests that we learned from last week. When I was putting all this on the board, I couldn't believe, look at all that we have learned so far while we have been away from school and doing our music class e-learning. We're doing great, you guys. We're learning a lot of stuff, so that's awesome. So we know that the first thing we want to do is to pick our pitch, and we're just going to stay within that C major scale right now, so our melody has a tonal center. So our videographer is my daughter Maisie, and I'm going to go ahead and let her pick our pitches. So Maisie, pick a note.
D.
D. We see that D is under the staff, but no line through it. Maisie, which rhythm would you like the D to be?
Quarter note.
A quarter note. Quarter notes are colored in and has a stem. Now Maisie, for the next part, you can pick either another pitch or you could choose a rest.
Half rest.
A half rest. Normally rests are going to sit on the third line of the staff. 1, 2, 3. So you don't have to draw that little line like we did when we drew it by ourselves because the staff line's already there. So there's our half rest. There's no pitch, right? It's just silence. So far, our quarter note gets 1 count. Our half rest gets 2 counts. We see that we have our time signature over here telling us that we need 4 beats in a measure. So let's go ahead and do our math. 1 plus 2 is?
3.
3. But we need 4. So we need to have 1 more count. So, Maisie, do you want a quarter note pitch or a quarter rest next?
Quarter note.
A quarter note. And which pitch would you like that quarter note to be on?
E.
E. E is on the first line of the staff, so I'm going to put it here. That's an E, and it's a quarter note, so we color it in. We give it a stem. It gets 1 count. 3 plus 1 equals 4. We have completed 1 entire measure. This is measure number 1. Now we're going to go ahead and go into measure number 2. We have to start off with 1 again and work our way into adding to 4. Okay, Maisie, pick a rest or pick a pitch.
G dotted half note.
G dotted half note. Sounds like we're playing like a bingo game or something. All right, so G we see is on the second line of the staff. So we say 1, 2, there is the G. She wants it to be a dotted half note. So we add the stem, we add the dot, and Ms. Westerfield put all those reminders up there for us because it's a lot of information. Dotted half note gets 3 counts. We want 4 counts. We already have 3 counts, so we need to find out how many more counts do we need. And Maisie, 4 minus 3 is?
1.
1. So we know that since we only have 1 count left, that limits our choices as to what we can choose. So we can either choose a quarter note, which is worth 1, or we can choose a quarter rest, which is worth 1. But we can't choose anything else because it would be too much and it would add up past 4. So Maisie, do you want a quarter note or a quarter rest?
Quarter rest.
Quarter rest. So we're going to draw our little lightning bolt. We know our quarter rest is 1 count. And we just talked about that 3 plus 1 is going to equal 4. We put our bar line down. Our second measure is complete. Let's go ahead and listen to what we have created so far. And I'm going to play this a little higher than what it's written just so Easy Reach and I can see. So we have 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here's without me counting. It's a pretty good melody to begin with. Great job. Okay, let's go ahead and do measure number 3. Maisie, pick a rest or pick a pitch?
F whole note.
F whole note. We see that F is right here on the first space. So we're going to put that right there. She wants it to be a whole note. whole note is not colored in. It doesn't have a stem. Remember, that was one of the questions I asked you to answer when we learned about the whole note. So it is an F, and it gets 4 counts. We don't have to do any adding. We can draw our bar line. Measure 3 is complete. All right, let's go on to measure 4. Maisie, pick a rest or pick a pitch?
Whole rest.
A whole rest, okay. So the whole rest is actually going to hang from that third line, shade it in, and just like a whole note gets 4 counts, a whole rest also receives 4 counts. Those two measures are pretty easy. Let's hear our song again. Again, I'm going to be playing it up higher on the piano so I can reach and see at the same time. We call that playing it several octaves higher, an octave meaning 8. So we're actually going about 16 or more octaves or keys higher than where it would normally get played. Okay, so starting beginning we have all right, good job. It's turning out to be a nice melody. Let's go ahead and just do one more measure. So we'll just go ahead and put that bar line there. Maisie, pick a pitch or a rest.
A half note.
A half note. We see the A is in the second space, so we go 1, 2. She wants it to be a half note, so we're going to add the stem, but no dot this time, because it's just a half note, it's not a dotted half note. This is A, and half notes get 2 counts. So let's do a little math. If we need, we're going to look at that top number of our time signature. If we need 4 beats, but we only have 2, 4 minus 2, Maisie, is?
2.
2. So that means we can't use a dotted half note, it's too much. We can't use a whole note, it's too much. We can't use a whole rest, it's too much. So Maisie, what would you like to use?
Low C, another half note.
Okay, so she wants the middle C, and she wants it to be another half note. Remember, middle C goes under the staff. We have to put that little line through it, the ledger line, and then we add the stem. Half note gets 2 counts. 2 plus 2 is?
4.
4. And we have a really nice melody that we just composed, that we just created. I'm going to lift the board up, and I'm going to play it in the correct octave right now. And here is what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice job, and nice job, Maisie, for helping us to create our melody. So right now, as we're learning how to write music, this is kind of an easy way to do it, to think about it. Of course, you know, composers don't necessarily go through it, this system to come up with a melody or to come up with a song. Usually they start out by kind of figuring what they want and then writing it down, or today in the age of technology, they can put that into some sort of application where the computer will do it for you. And I think I showed you something like that one day on one of the assignments that you could use to help you figure out names and notes or to create melodies. But while we're learning how these things all go together, this is kind of a nice way to put all those pieces together to help your brain really know what you're doing. Sometimes if we just go right into doing a program on your computer or on your phone, you're getting something that sounds cool and it's creative, but you don't necessarily know how all those pieces are coming together and why it's that way. And so this is kind of flipping that process, going backwards so that it all makes sense. And then when you are wanting to be creative and create your own melody, you understand all the steps and the components to that. And then it will be easier if you do need to write it down, how you can actually do that. All right, guys, this was a little bit of a harder lesson. And don't forget to answer the question that I put on the post today with the link to this video. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday. Bye.